Hello, everyone. Buenos dias. As you can see by my looks, I look Irish or from somewhere in the north of Europe, but actually I'm Spanish. I'm Adrián Ruiz de Magdalena, and I'm 28 years old. I wanted to start my presentation telling you where I'm from. I'm from Calasparra, a small town in the southeast of Spain, in a region called Murcia. I want to start my presentation telling you about a story of a little boy from that small town. This little boy was a regular boy with not so many motivation or aspiration in life. So one day, a canoeing coach came to his school and offered him and all his friends to practice this sport that you see on your screen. So yeah, he went, he tried it, he liked it, and after a few years of practicing, he started competing at national level. He wasn't that bad, actually, and after competing in national level, he was the first in the south of Spain, in his region and in his town, to get a national title in this sport and be a finalist in one of the two Olympic disciplines from canoeing. You know, one is the flat water, where everybody runs to get the first prize, and this one, the one that we do, wild water canoeing slalom, you know, the one with the sticks in the river that you have to pass in between. So when he was 17 years old, he was one of the 3 members of the national team for wild water canoeing, and he competed in a world championship. And thanks to all these events, he decided to study sports science, a master's degree in education, and right now he's studying physiotherapy. While he was studying physiotherapy, he was also working as a coach in the canoeing club that made him the athlete that he is today. One lucky day, he received a spam email from his university with this typical contest that as soon as you read it, you know you won't win, but he thought, why not? Let's try it. And well, thanks to all his experience in international and national competitions, and as a coach, as an athlete, and also thanks to all his studies, and after a final interview with only the 5 finalists from the whole university, guess what? He was the chosen. But enough with the he, I was the chosen. I was the first ambassador from Spain to be in the Youth Olympic Games that took place in Buenos Aires 2018. So let me tell you about the Youth Olympic Games and the amazing experience I have in there. Imagine 85 athletes from Spain, 50 coaches, a lot of team leaders from all different sports, physiotherapists, journalists, photographers, and me. We were on our way to Buenos Aires. We were the team Spain. At first, I thought that it was going to be just a little bit more than a world championship that I was used to, but just a little bit bigger because it was going to hold more sports. But when I got there and I saw 10,000 volunteers, the same amount of people that athletes from the whole world having lunch in the same place, it was just amazing. The Olympic Village, the Olympic venues, the stadiums for competing. It was mind-blowing. And, you know, this is the video of the opening ceremony. It was the first time in history that the opening ceremony took place outdoors, not in the regular stadium that we are used to. The whole city of Buenos Aires, one of the capitals of the world, stopped the traffic just for the athletes to get from the Olympic Village to the middle of the city, because it took place in the middle of the biggest avenue in South America. It was just amazing. So during those 3 weeks of the games, I started wondering what did a small boy from Calasparra did to arrive to the Youth Olympic Games. And full of thanks, I thought that I needed to do something to return the favor to my community. One of the biggest opportunities that I had in Buenos Aires too was to meet these amazing people. The young ambassadors were called there also young change makers. And these people were, you can imagine, 80 people, more or less. I didn't have the time to meet them all, but it was an amazing experience. Not just because I have a place to stay for free in 80 countries, but because of the amazing talent that I saw in them and that I can learn from. And after the games, all these young changemakers were able to apply for Be Young Changemakers Plus, and as they call us now, young leaders. But what is a young leader? What are we, young leaders? Well, the Young Leaders is an initiative from the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, that allows young people to work on projects to build a better world through sport. So I already had my idea. My idea was to present my sport to as many people as I could and to make my small club bigger for hold more kids and more athletes. And the IOC liked my idea, so I became an IOC Young Leader. Well, being a part of the community of the Young Leaders has been one of the most important experiences I've had in my life, because they are truly working to build a better world through sport all around the world. It's simply amazing. I have friends in America working in projects to help people, women and girls, from domestic violence through sport to empower them. Also friends in America that are working to help people from minorities and their inclusion in society. Around Europe, I have friends working with so many people with different disabilities. And around Asia, there are people working too to teach kids the important values of sport and how it can help them to have a better life through sport. These three values that are teaching are the three values of the Olympic movement. And I really think that they have a huge power. The first one is friendship, the second one is respect, and the third one is excellence. I really believe that these three values have a huge power to help society and to build a better world through sport. And this is kind of funny because I think that I was picked as a young ambassador from Spain thanks to these three values. Just a few days before my last interview, in the final interview, in the one that I was going to be selected young ambassador, I remember that a few days before I was really nervous, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do my research about the Olympic movement. And these three values helped me, I think, get that spot, because they asked me about what are the most important values for a kid to have, and what do you think they are? So I thought, yes, I got this one. So yes, friendship aims for mutual understanding between people from very different cultures and very different countries. And the bridges that are built during the celebration of the games and also during their whole life practicing sport. So then is respect. Respect is for your body, not using drugs, of course, to modify the results of the competition, and of course, respect for the rules of the competition. Always fair play. And the last one, excellence, that is my favorite one, because I have had very interesting debates with my colleagues about how important it is or how difficult it is for a person to compete, because it can be very stressful for people. But in my opinion, when you release yourself from competition as a fight and you use it to compete for yourself and to help yourself become a better version of yourself, excellence is a huge value that can help you give the best you have in you to the world. And coming back to the IOC Young Leaders, I'm really happy to be a part of this community. Then, my project, thanks to the IOC and the amazing sponsor that helped me develop it, I created Canoeing Through a Better Life, or as I translate it to Spanish, Pelea por tus sueños. You can find the link in there, and also in YouTube it's really easy to find. So my project was about presenting my sport to as many people as I could. At first it was going to take place at schools, and to present it to all the schools in my town, but then the lockdown came and I had to make some adjustments. These adjustments were to create a video and open it up to everybody, with the goal to, present this sport with some great athletes from my club and give people the opportunity to try at least one day to be an athlete, and if they liked it, just join the local club. It went great, actually. So I am really happy to have been able to help people get their goals with being constant and work really hard. Also, these are the kids from my club, and they really have a good time there. So all the benefits that sport in nature has, I help them get it with this project. And well, thanks to all this hard work and the importance of a small decision can have in your future, here's Clara. Clara is a young girl from Murcia too, and as you can see, she was too small for any vote we had in our club. So she started training, she started competing, and right now, she's 17 years old. She's too much younger in this video. But right now she's 17 years old, and she has been already six times Spanish champion. She's been for 4 years in the national team from Spain. She has competed in European and World Championships all around the world. And right now, for the first time, but not the last, she's right now in Prague, in the Czech Republic, waiting to compete in the Senior European Championship, being just a junior. So, yes, she's her. Also, before her, it was Juan, that right now is also in the Czech Republic, working as a coach for the national team. Also, at the same time that she started, it was Ramon, that right now is working to be a national police officer. And she told me the other day that she's really thankful for have learned how to work hard and how to be disciplined and constant to get their goals. I'm 100% sure that he will get it. And well, I don't know who is going to be after them. Probably it will be Ana, it will be David, Jimena, Mario. I don't know who is going to be, but I'm 100% sure that I will be there to help them be whoever they want to be and to be wherever they want to be. Of course, it hasn't been really easy. You're watching here only the good results, but it comes with a lot of hard work, with a lot of sacrifice, and of course, a lot of support. First, I would like to thank my incredible family and my supporting friends that had helped me a lot, and the ones that I will always be thankful for. Of course, my canoeing club that have trusted me since I was a really young athlete, and all the institutions that are behind making it happen every day. And for finish my presentation, I would like to give you a little advice that was given to me a few years ago here in Madrid too, during the presentation of a small video that was shot in Buenos Aires during my experience in the Youth Olympic Games. They told me that I looked positive, not just optimist. And I thought, well, honestly, I had to ask, what is the difference between being positive and optimist? And turns out that being an optimist person is to wait for things to be good in the future. But the positive person works to make it happen. So thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much, Sondersland, for this amazing opportunity. And if you have any question, I'll be happy to help.